And so the last challenge that I would have for you, having discerned Jesus in the scriptures, having discerned his presence in the sacraments, is to ask, with whom are you walking on this journey of discerning Christ? Who is it that needs to hear the good news of the gospel? Who is it that needs to hear that Christ indeed has risen from the dead and who does not yet understand how to discern him in the scriptures? The path is that they might discern him first in the scriptures and then be able to discern him in the sacraments. This is the movement, the trajectory that Jesus has his disciples moving in. And his invitation to us is that we might participate in that work as well, of inviting others along this path of discerning Jesus in his word and in his sacraments. My work as a minister, at my worst, I'm giving you me. And as wonderful as I am, I'm not what you need. What you need is Jesus. And so my role as a minister of the gospel is to offer you his word and his sacraments. That's my job. I've accomplished it when I point you to Jesus and his word and his sacraments. Because the reality, as Peter declared in Acts chapter 4, is that the only name given among men under heaven for life and salvation is that of Jesus Christ. And the reality is, Jesus has not only called his ministers to do this work, he's called his people. Jesus, he's not walking with his apostles on the road, he's walking with his disciples, those who believed in him and weren't sure of things. And so Jesus, he comforts them with the scriptures and leads them to the sacraments. How is God calling you to be walking alongside others, to hear their concerns, to hear their pains, to hear the reasons why they're upset, and then to point them to the scriptures that they might discern Christ, that their hearts might burn even as these disciples burned? Didn't your heart burn within us as he explained the scriptures to us? What was going on there? And then when they see him in the breaking of bread, what's the only response they have? They rush back to the others. We've seen the Lord. And they report back, Peter's seen him too. A few verses later, Jesus will appear in their midst. This is the work that Jesus is calling his church to do. And so my invitation to you, Rancho, Cucamonga, Anglican, will you join me in walking these paths along with other people who need to hear the good news of Jesus, whose deepest needs are felt within their souls, yes, but are met within Christ's word and with his sacraments.